My partner of 12 years, when he moved into my apartment in 2002, went through one album of 500 photos with me and said, wow, those are great. Thank you so much. I've seen enough. I figured, well, if my own partner doesn't have any interest in the other 13 albums, who else would? This is Mike Balaban, BAMMER 47. Thank you for joining us again today for another episode of BAMMER Tales. Before I start, we're so close to reaching the 5,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. If you haven't already, would you please help us out and subscribe? We're about 50 short now. Beyond that, today I want to do something a little different, and I'll describe for you what that entails. I'm going to describe how I got started as an amateur photographer and kind of chronicler of my life and the gay community, how that ended up taking me to the point where after retirement, I decided to focus on it full time, and I've become known as an accidental gay historian, and then how my photographs have had such a reception among the almost 30,000 Instagram followers that I have and the others on YouTube and podcast series, etc., that I have been offered the chance to join an LGBTQ month exhibition here in San Diego at my first ever actual art gallery, the Studio Door, which is in the neighborhood of Hillcrest here, owned by Patrick Stillman, who will join us at the end of this video for a short interview describing how that got started, the History Month exhibition, and how he and I connected. And also, we will have a walkthrough at the end of this video where I went through the 40 or so photos on the wall and photograph them and videotape them with my camera so that we could show them to you since most of you are not going to be able to get to San Diego and see it in person. The exhibition opened last Thursday, October 3rd. It goes till November 2. This Saturday, the 12th of October, there will be a presentation with me and one other artist talking about our art and how it fits into gay history and what we hope to accomplish from it. That's 11 in the morning, and at 6 to 9 in the evening, there's a reception. So if you're in San Diego or anywhere near the area and can get here, please join us on Saturday. If not, we have the walkthrough for you so you can at least feel like you have an idea of what those photos are representing. To be very clear about it, my photos represent my take on my life, but how that fits into the larger realm of LGBTQ, particularly gay male history, from the mid-70s until the late 90s. They are part of an oeuvre of 20,000 photos, many of them not worthy of featuring like this, but of those 20,000, there are probably 5,000 which I have shown in one form or another. And just so you have an idea of what this entailed, when I started in 1976, I was closeted except for with my family and closest friends. I had no gay friends. I bought an SLR camera and taught myself how to do f-stops and shutter speeds and use it. I never took any actual formal instruction. I never learned how to develop film. I never took black and white photos like many professional photographers do. I focused on my friends, my family, and gay life around me and candid photos of what that was like, which now looking back on it captures a slice of life that many people are extremely interested in. In fact, I put them all in albums almost right away, never showed them to anyone, never thought anybody would care. My partner of 12 years, when he moved into my apartment in 2002, went through one album of 500 photos with me and said, wow, those are great. Thank you so much. I've seen enough. I figured, well, if my own partner doesn't have any interest in the other 13 albums, who else would? And I didn't show them. Now, I retired in 2016, a little bit bored, I guess. I put a few of them up on my brand new Instagram account, didn't even know what a hashtag was, and lo and behold, I got a reception that I hadn't expected, interest from people all over the world, particularly in my photos that show what it was like to live through AIDS, and a lot of thirst traps, which are photos showing men's biceps, pecs, butt, you name it, basically showing off flesh, which none of us can resist if we're honest with ourselves. So I put those up, I attract eyeballs, and then I tell stories about what was happening in those photos or about what it was like in those times versus today. And that's generating a worldwide audience, and what has made me become known as the accidental gay historian and led to me being invited to be in this exhibition. I'm thrilled by the task. It's my purpose in life. Post-retirement, I have multiple social media channels, from Instagram to YouTube to Twitter to a podcast interview series to a website with stories submitted by queers around the world from their lives. And I feel like this is my calling. I hope you enjoy what I deliver. I hope you'll enjoy the story and the interview and the walkthrough tour today, just to give you a sense of what that was like. Here are the 14 photo albums that house about 6,000 of those 20,000 photos in chronological order. Here are the 2 boxes of 20,000 negatives in their original envelopes in chronological order. And that's my life's work. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really glad to have your patronage, and I hope you'll tell all your friends about this as well. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Here's the interview with Patrick, followed by the walkthrough. I'm here today at the Studio Door Art Gallery in San Diego, which is a 10-year-old award-winning LGBT-themed art gallery owned by Patrick Stillman, who's with us right now. Hello, Patrick. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming in.
Patrick invited me to be part of his October exhibition, so I thought I'd just interview him briefly about that. This is the second year you're making October the feature of a gay history exhibition. Is that correct?
Right. So October is nationally LGBT History Month, which has been going on since the 70s. And so here at the Studio Door Art Gallery, we collaborate with the San Diego History Center and Lambda Archives of San Diego to combine art and history, because we think it's really important. The LGBT community doesn't necessarily have the traditions of understanding what's gone on before. And so this gives us an opportunity to sort of bring a focus on the past along with contemporary art.
And Patrick actually asked me to be a part of this last year, and it conflicted with my obligations in New York City. It does this year as well, as it turns out, but they rescheduled the date a bit, and I agreed to be part of it. And I'll head 10 hours after our reception. I'll fly to New York to meet my obligations there. So how did you first become aware of me and my work?
So here at the Studio Door, we have 17 studio artists that come and go 24 hours a day, working on all kinds of art and different media. And one of them, Tim Weedland, had found you online and really loved one of the works of art, photographs, and wanted to create it into a painting.
Actually, I think I can even show it. Isn't it the one of Jackie Jordan flexing?
That's it.
That's it. So
he introduced me to you, and then I got to learn about your podcast, your Instagram feed, and I was like, hey, this really matches what we're doing here with Art Plus LGBT History Month.
So the exhibition goes from last Thursday, October 3rd, until November 2nd. Anybody in the San Diego area or visiting, please stop by. The address is
3867 4th Avenue in the heart of Hillcrest.
Hillcrest is the neighborhood for San Diego, and for those who aren't aware. So Patrick, once again, thank you for including me. It's been a fascinating and amazing learning curve to actually finally become a photographer. I will be separately recording a little bit for my audience about how I got to where I am, but my part in your exhibition is a highlight of my career so far.
Great. Hopefully it will open more doors so people can see your work outside of online and in person.
From your lips to God's ears. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Mike Balaban at the Studio Door Gallery in San Diego. where my first photographic exhibition will open tomorrow, October 3rd, 2024, and I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough tour of the exhibit. When you enter, there are works of art on the right by another artist, a trans man named Mix, but on the left you'll find my work. This is the intro photo of me taken in 1996 in front of a bale of hay in Cyprus, along with my bio and a caption for the photo. If you come over to the left near the front windows, you'll see photos of Fire Island in 1980, my housemates, Mykonos in 1983, and Key West in 1992, my ex-boyfriend with his current boyfriend being kissed. My second boyfriend, Greg Vargo, in 1988, who died of ALS 4 years ago at 59, tragically. 19-year-old Frank at P-Town's airport in 1991. A clothing optional sailing expedition in Ibiza, off the coast of Spain in 1987. Then you walk around here and you'll see on this wall 3 photos from Ibiza. 1985, Freddie Mercury's boyfriend and his boyfriend. I'm sorry, his bodyguard and his boyfriend. My butt mooning the camera with a couple kissing in the background off the sea in Ibiza in 1985. And what I call the swimming hole, an homage to Thomas Eakins, the American painter, with a bunch of guys in the nude at a beach off the coast of Ibiza in 1987. Then you walk around to the front and you see Rick Wilson, who died of AIDS in 1990 or so, climbing a scaffolding on a sailing exhibition in southern Brazil. Another photo from southern Brazil on the right of me wrestling, mock wrestling with someone on that sailing expedition. Me nude from the butt in 1977 in St. Martin. And then a vendor on the beach, nude beach, called Wreck Beach in Vancouver in 1990. Then these 9, sorry for the glare, there's no way to eliminate it. Vancouver 1990, Wreck Beach, same here with these flexing muscle guys. Miami in 1990 at South Beach as it was resurgent. Southern Thailand off the coast on a longboat with a tourist who was sunning, didn't know I was taking the picture. Hotlanta pool party in 1991. Hotlanta pool party in 1991 as well. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of like a picture of hedonism personified. 1992, the same party in Hotlanta. 1993, the LGBTQ March on Washington, me with my friends, and chicken fighting in Hotlanta in 1992. Then over here, my friend Paul Cavalluzzi, who died of AIDS in 1992, with his horse in California, and Ed Bayek, a friend for 40 years, who will be at the opening ceremony on my windowsill in my bedroom in New York in the shadows. Then you come over here to the next to last wall and you see a picture from 1993 in Mykonos, Robbie Brown and Gustavo Otto with the convertible at the beach in Southampton, pulling his bathing suit down and showing his tan line. 1994 in Central Park in New York after the Gay Games Stonewall 25 celebration. Me nude, no way to get the shadows off this. Me nude in Sao Paulo in 1996, taken by a Brazilian commercial photographer friend. And then the final photos are a triptych of Gary Matthews, who I met and picked up and seduced in Mykonos in 1985. That's him on my veranda before he stripped. This is him stripping, and this is him in the nude. And the final photo is one of Jackie Jordan, a sweetheart on Fire Island in 1980, who died of AIDS around the end of the decade. I'm really glad to have your patronage, and I hope you'll tell all your friends about this as well. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks a lot. BAMMER 47, Mike Balaban signing off.